Okay, guys, since we are talking about carbon footprints today, I'm going to let you guys in on the carbon credits and carbon offsets and the carbon markets. So there's a market where companies they trade to get carbon credits. But first things first, let me tell you about the carbon offsets. Carbon offsets is a method for reduction of greenhouse gases emissions in the atmosphere, or it can be referred to as the storage of carbon storage through planting of trees, restoration of forests, so as to reduce or to cushion the impacts of emissions that have occurred elsewhere in another region or something. Let's say like now, um let's say the global south now, they're releasing tons of carbon dioxide and methane into the environment. And let's say here in Africa now, we are planting more trees as to cushion the effect. Or they are planting more trees to take in the carbon dioxide that they are releasing into the atmosphere. That's what carbon offsets is known for. Meanwhile, carbon credits, this involves companies. They are investing in programs, let's say clean energy, restoration of forests, tree planting and campaigns. They are investing in that so as to offset their own emissions, the emissions that they are releasing into the atmosphere. They are doing these programs as to compensate for them, because yeah, it's somehow similar to the carbon offset, so it can be quite confusing. But carbon offsets is something that can be done in another region or in that particular region just by like an individual or anybody. Meanwhile, carbon credits is for companies, corporations that are releasing, let's say, carbon dioxide. They're releasing different type of greenhouse gases, their emissions into the atmosphere. So now they are sponsoring a green initiative program, a climate change restoration program, let's say a carbon sequestration program. That's the capturing of carbon from the atmosphere. They are sponsoring such a project so as to compensate for their own emissions. Meanwhile, in the carbon market, companies can actually buy carbon credits. Let's say I have a plantation, let's say 10 hectares of land, and I planted trees all there. I would have a certificate of carbon credits that I can sell to other organizations so as to say, let's say, people call it greenwashing anyways, but I think that's a very good market. We Africans, we should invest in it. So those companies now will come to me and be like, oh, we have so and so gases released into the atmosphere and we want to make up for it. Please let's